Welcome to Last Week in Finance. Today is September 29 of 2020. Okay, let's go to the numbers. The S&P 500 went down this week, slightly down, specifically 0.63%. Right now is at 3,298 points. Gold went down drastically this week, almost 5%. 4.51% to be accurate. Right now, the ounce of gold is $1,861. Silver went massively down, almost 15%, 14.55%. Right now, the ounce of gold, the silver, sorry, is $22.88. The DXY, the US dollar index, is rising almost 2%. Right now, the index is at 94.58. Bitcoin slightly down. A Bitcoin is around $10,000 and 800. Roughly, that's the value of the Bitcoin at this moment. Okay, what I want to talk about this week, of course, you have been hearing the Fed announcement. The economy, US and most economies in general will start, getting to the new normal, are getting their economies slightly open, still keeping the social distancing and the health measures. Okay, the economy eventually is gonna come back, is gonna recover about this shock of the COVID-19 in a few years. We 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 should be seeing the economic output previous of the pandemic, and, and of course this is not thanks to the governments of public intervention. It's about people, getting to thrive, getting wanting to be better, to produce, to generate income in order to improve their lives. I mean, this is not science, it's just human nature. Now, in order, what we need is sanity. We need sanity from the governments and the institutions. We don't need this nonsense Keynesianism. And for the ones who you don't know, Keynesianism is a pseudo economic doctrine by this economist John Maynard Keynes that suggests that it should be government intervention, massive government intervention, and public spending, and that's stupid and inaccurate. But governments love it because they have the power. What doesn't mean is that, look, first we need some context. There is not such thing as public spending, because remember, the government spending comes from taxes and currency manipulation, and of course government debt. And that money, we pay that. The government doesn't have, a big wallet in order to pay for this stuff. We, the taxpayers, the citizens of each country, we pay for that. So what we need in order to not only to get back on track, economic wise, what we need in order to thrive is less taxes, less government intervention, and just leave being left alone to do what we do best. That's it. And governments don't want to do that. And this is not economics, it's politics. They just want, spend some money every every time they can in order to keep people happy, at least for a moment, of the right moment, in order to get reelected. And that's the issue. Is the democratic process in most advanced economies is shattered. It's broken. They just wanna keep pushing the government spending, the government budget in order to keep spending money, keep some people happy, at least some amount of people happy, in order to get reelected. And this is the problem with Keynesianism and government intervention. We're seeing it with the Fed, we're seeing it with the European Central Bank, we are seeing with governments in the US, Canada, Europe, Japan, you name it. So, so let's keep this in context. The economy eventually is gonna recover and going up. I mean, if you're listening to this right now, you you wanna work, you wanna develop yourself, you wanna thrive, you wanna be better every day. You don't need the government to do that. By the opposite, you need the government to not put more hurdles in what is already a very difficult process. So keep that in mind, keep it in context. I'm gonna keep reviewing what the next government interventions are gonna come because government intervention is coming, is still coming, and we have it right now. So that will be all for this podcast. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.